Have you ever noticed how composers are becoming exceedingly rare nowadays? Dare I say, going through the process of extinction? Like, when was the last time you heard a Rachmaninoff or Mahler type beat? Now, you may be asking why this is happening. And I have a theory. It's not that nobody is pursuing the art of becoming a composer. It has simply evolved and shaped itself into the many identities of the modern day producer. Before we go any further, we have to give definitive definitions for these concepts. Otherwise, everything I say will be contingent on nothing. Just for the sake of the video, let's say a composer is someone who can create, write, and arrange both pre-existing and original music. A producer is the director of a musical project and is there to help realize the artistic vision. These sound pretty different. One guy is responsible for making the music, while the other person just sounds like a glorified studio hall monitor. Here's the thing though. Artists are like mad poor and don't have the means of bringing someone else onto their team in order to fulfill certain roles, such as the producer. It's the sad reality that most of us are pretty broke. So what do you do if you're an artist and you have this grand artistic vision? You created the music, you got the studio somehow, but you just don't have a designated producer. Yep, that's right. You become the producer. This is the way it's always worked. All the way back since the start of recording technology, artists have taken on multiple roles in order to realize their own art. By whatever means necessary is a philosophy most of us live by when it comes to the creative process, and the physical manifestation of this was switching hats constantly in order to get something done. Now, I'm not saying this is every single artist's situation. Some artists had the means to have producers and things worked out pretty great for them. That's why people like Timbaland, Dr. Dre, Quincy Jones, Max Martin, and many other legends exist. As time went on though, and the music industry became more and more saturated, we started seeing people who were a jack of all trades, but also masters of everything, such as Kanye, Pharrell Williams, Frank Oceans, and Jacob Collier. They paved the way for the self-produced artists and had a sentiment that resonated with all artists. Who could understand their own artistic vision more than themselves? This was around the time where the lines between composer and producer began to blur. The beat producing era, ushered in by the great Jay Dilla, never really stopped growing. Fast forward to 2026, and there are millions and millions of beat makers who make original beats and yet call themselves producers. But if you really think about it, ain't that just a composer? Like, why do they insist on calling themselves just a producer? Why not both? It's not like it's gonna hurt you. Is being a composer lame or something? Allow me to impart on you some of my wisdom. The reason why everybody calls themselves producers is because nowadays it's an all-encompassing title. If you're a producer, you are the original definition we stated early on in the video, plus everything else under the sun. Also, the title of composer has a weird, elitist taste to it. It's not the right word I'm looking for. Think of it like fine dining compared to somewhere you go just for good eats. Oh, ho 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 ho, you're a composer. You must be creating pieces, not some peasant beats. How many concertos would you like to write in your lifetime? Surely not more than 6. I don't know, it's like less casual and cool. Making beats is hip and modern, in with the times, but composer just sounds like it dates you. You know, if you're a composer, you're unk. Also just feels like it's a much higher bar than being called a producer. Am I the only one who thinks like this? Sound off in the comments and let me know if I'm tripping or if I'm spitting. All this to say, I think all these factors have led to the evolution of the title that is the composer. The title producer has become a black hole that has sucked up every single musical job title ever. And I don't think there's much we can do to change that. Maybe if the arts in general got more funding, things could start to separate more, but I know that's not possible. Well, if you enjoyed this kind of content, consider subscribing and hit whichever button you like or dislike. I can't really see it. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.